The People's page lists everyone at your organization. The table displays names, email addresses, last active, and their current contract status. Archived users can be seen by clicking on the filter button and selecting Show Archived. In the left column, you can see an icon that indicates if the user is currently active within the organization. An active user is able to access your organization when signing into Simple. Clicking on a person's name will bring you to their summarized details. Here you're able to see the user's email address, phone number, as well as their contract status and current assigned roles. It also indicates when their last timesheet entry was made to help you understand your employees' engagement with Simple. Timesheet summaries are listed, and you can click on a row to see the entire submission with hourly breakdown and additional details. General contract information is listed and allows you to anticipate the availability of that particular person. Back on the People's page, clicking on the Edit button brings you to the person's settings. The first section is the general information for the person. This is where you define their first and last name as well as nickname, if one exists. There are multiple unique identifiers for a person in Simple, though the most important is email address. This links this particular person to a login. There are other important identifiers to help link exported data to other systems. Those are Payroll ID and Systems ID, which can be used for exporting data for payroll or for integrating into your technology department. The alternate ID is available for additional third-party integrations. A contact number can be provided to offer an additional way of communicating to the person. The activation section allows you to toggle access to your organization on and off quite simply. There is an option for auto-renew that, when toggled off, ensures that the account access is removed at the end of the current month. A person is granted specific access to each area of Simple. By default, they're able to fill in a timesheet, assuming they have been contracted for the particular week, have been given a role, and have access to a set of projects or overhead. Time also has the option of All and Super. All means that the person can fill in and submit timesheets for all people as long as the period has not been locked at the entry level. Super means that the person can fill in and submit timesheets for all people as long as the period has not been locked at the payroll level. Be cautious when selecting this option. Status, locks, reports, API docs, and settings grant full access when checked. Approvals, much like time, has 3 levels of access. Assigned grants access to people that have been marked at time approvers on a project or overhead. All means that the person can approve or reject all line items as long as the period has not been locked at the approval level. Super means that the person can approve or reject all line items as long as the period has not been locked at the payroll level. Again, be cautious when selecting this option. Projects, overhead, and people have 2 levels of access. View grants read-only access, and in the case of projects, allows for creating projections. Edit grants read/write access for each of the page's entities. The next section lists the contracts for a person, displaying all columns of data for each record. You can add a new contract by clicking the plus button on the right side of the table. Be aware that Simple will not allow you to have overlapping contracts. Selecting a location will also select the currency defined in the setting page for that particular location. You should set their rate using the local currency as indicated next to the rate field. These rates are converted on each project automatically to conform costs to the displayed currency. Fringe benefits indicate if the person should have their time costs calculated to include an additional percentage to account for such things as health insurance, workers' compensation, retirement plans, and family and medical leave. The fringe percentage is set on a per-project basis, with new project defaults defined in the settings page of your organization. A person's roles need to be defined before they are able to fill in a timesheet. You can add a new role by clicking the plus button on the right side of the table. Unlike contracts, multiple roles can overlap with one another without conflict. The timesheet delegate access allows another person to fill in the timesheet for this person. This is common for C-suite and executives that have an assistant that will support their daily activities, like filling in a timesheet. The action section allows you to delete or archive a person, but only if their account is not currently active. And back on the People's page, clicking on New Person will prompt you with a dialog that you can fill in to add a new person to your organization. Be sure to click the Send Invitation to inform the person that they now can sign up to start using Simple for your organization.